Hello, good evening, and welcome to Civil Rights for Wind River. And this is my take. We had a wonderful event that we got to cover today, and we are also going to talk about the buzz about town. So, I am here with my good little friend here. Let's go ahead and get the disclaimer out of the way. Let's do the buzzkill, and then we can continue on with our discussion. My take. Okay, disclaimer time, buzzkill time. I am not a representative of the tribes. I am exercising my individual sovereignty as a tribal member, business owner, woman, and disabled combat veteran who works and lives on the Wind River Indian Reservation. I am representing myself. I am exercising my freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of expression. The personal opinion here is my personal opinion, and that's basically it. So now that we got that wonderful, fun stuff out of the way, how you been?
I've been good. I had a lot of fun at Centennial Park today.
Yeah, so what was going on?
Well, they had a little protest down at Centennial Park,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do a couple interviews,
Mm-hmm.
see what all the hubbub was about.
Oh, hey, I have an intro. Do you want to? Should I play the intro?
Oh, go ahead.
This is you.
Hello, this is Red Hawk here, and I'm covering protesters at Centennial Park in Lander, Wyoming.
Nice. Was it cold out there? It looks freaking cold.
It was pretty cold. Wasn't too bad.
Okay, so Centennial Park, they were doing a unity protest? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay, so what basically were they? It was being organized by this organization, Build the Resistance.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to their leader too much. He
Okay.
didn't want to do an interview.
Okay.
But I did see a lot of anti-Trump stuff there.
Well, as you can see from their website, I believe this is Trump with a spray painted crown. So, not surprised. Not surprised. And I believe their motto was 50 protests in 50 states in one day. That was kind of like their jingle. So we went and we checked it out. What was the vibe?
It was pretty chill. People were just there talking. There was only like one or two friendly people there who really wanted to talk to me.
People are kind of keyed up.
Yeah.
They're really kind of stressed out and on edge and keyed up right now. So kind of had that vibe going that people weren't happy and they're kind of keyed up.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people wanted to remain anonymous. They don't want their, picture out there.
Well, I wonder why.
I don't know.
But that was just kind of like your impression. Your my take.
That's my take.
Okay, so Build the Resistance is in town. And there was a pretty good turnout, from what I could see. A good many people did show up. We did have one tribal member out there that we were lucky enough to get an interview with. Well, let's take a listen. What do you think?
Yeah. Hello, this is Red Hawk, and I'm covering protesters at Centennial Park. What are you here protesting?
President Trump, his politics, his hatred, his whole being.
Wow. Um, so how did you get involved with this protest?
My brother and brought me down here.
Well, that's very interesting.
Hmm.
Um,
From Riverton.
so what is some of the things that you're protesting about?
His stance against equality, his stance against people's right to feel, to identify as they feel, his stance against women, his stance against the poor. I could go on and on for days, but there's many things that he stands for that America doesn't.
Okay.
And so all of that, all of his hatred bottled up in his little orange self.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think that it's important for people to have protest whatever they feel like.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you.
having an interview with me. That was very good.
Thank you.
Do you have the microphone?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
I love Margaret.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All bottled up in his little orange self. Is that why they have their website here orange? Maybe I don't.
Yes.
It's to match his spray tan. Oh, he does have a house in Florida, so I don't know if he probably doesn't even have to spray tan, right?
I bet he has.
I mean, if I had a mansion in Key Largo or wherever.
I bet he has at least once.
Well, Margaret, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. I do, I feel her on a couple of different platforms of hers, like the whole women issue. I mean, this guy, Trump, and the women um, issues, his history. It's really hard to just kind of shake off. It really leaves a bad taste in my mouth, that, you know, this is our leader, and I don't know, my respect shouldn't be, it should be at a different level than where it is.
Yeah, I feel like all of the politicians are corrupted.
Mm.
They've all done bad shit.
We've lost our faith. Some people have lost their religion. You've heard of, I'm losing my religion. I've lost my anything that has to do with like government or politicians.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost it. I did not even vote this last time, so I don't really have anything. I can't really bitch about anything because I didn't vote. But I couldn't. I mean, none of them really resonated with me, and I felt like I was choosing between, like, okay, which one, and I don't know. It didn't set well with me, and I'm not used to that. I'm usually, yeah, so and so, or yeah, because they align with my values and my morals and that kind of thing, in the future that I want to see for my kids and hopefully my grandkids. And I don't know.
Yeah, I know that I was scared that Kamala was going to win. Can you imagine?
Well, there are different opinions about that as well. I don't want to get too much into politics, though, because this kid really get into, down very different rabbit holes or whatever. But we did check out the protest. It was pretty chill, pretty laid back. Got a couple of interviews. What was the native scene? Were there a good amount of representation?
Yeah, I saw some natives out there representing.
Good, awesome. So, It's my understanding that this Build the Resistance is a movement, and we may be seeing more of them in the future over the next 4 years. What are your thoughts on that?
They can have as many protests as they want. It's up to them.
Okay, cool. All right, well, good luck to you, folks. And if we can, we'll go out there and we'll cover. And I don't edit. I haven't edited. I kind of just let people say what they have on their minds and their hearts. And that's kind of something that I wanted this program to be, a place where people can come on, voice your opinions without being censored. And I will. I mean, it would have to be something really bad for me to censor it,
Yeah.
Okay, so Build the Resistance are the folks who put on today's protest. It was pretty well organized, right?
Yeah, it was pretty well organized. They stayed within the time limit they set. They were in and out.
But they didn't have coffee and donuts, and you were bummed about that.
They don't have to, but it would have been nice. That's all I'm saying.
What are you doing? You came in, you were there like, man.
Well,
they didn't even have any coffee or donuts or snackies.
It shows that you put in the work. It shows that
it's not
you
a picnic.
Care. Well, you're there for at least an hour, right? Who goes a whole hour without a little snack?
I think it was 2 hours, anyways.
It was 2 hours? Oh.
It went from like 12 to 2, or that's what I saw that was supposed to be going, from 12 to 2. Okay, so one of the big issues, one of the big complaints is the issue of DIE, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And President Trump has pretty much wiped out all programs. The state of Wyoming has pretty much wiped out all programs that has to deal with diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if we would have had this conversation while I was in the military, I probably would have said, okay, what's the big deal? Right? In the military, we go and all of our stuff is based off of our qualifications, right? And so I'm coming from that kind of culture where it doesn't matter. I was Sergeant Butler, And so now that I'm out and I'm retired and I'm back home, I never felt so native.
Yep.
And my reasoning for that is I walk into a store, I walk into a restaurant, I walk into a social gathering. As soon as they find out that I am a Northern Arapaho tribal member, it changes the way they talk to me, the way they look at me, the way they interact with me. So it is real. It is real here in Wyoming. And I've lived different places, Virginia, California. And I never felt more native than I do here in Wyoming. For the wrong reasons, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely depends on what generation. There's lots of generational hate and racism that got passed down. But some generations are safe. And I think the newer generations are less and less hateful.
I hope so. I hope there's hope for the future. Because right now it's very fiery.
Yep.
And I hang out in Lander. I don't really go to Riverton that often. But from what I hear, it's even worse there.
Oh, yeah.
The stigma, dare I say the P word, prejudice?
Mm-hmm.
Did I just say that? So this DIE thing, you're asking me this question now. My take on it is we need it. Maybe not everywhere all the time, in your face and abused. But here in Wyoming, I do see a need for it. I certainly do. So I'm gonna take off on that, but DIE is the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability. We all just need a fair shake, you know?
Yeah.
Judge us on our qualifications.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, put a blindfold on.
People are too eager to predict what you're going to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They always want to see what you're going to do next. That way they don't get screwed over by you. So they try and say, oh, this one group of people, they're just bad, so I'm going to just ignore them totally. And if they try to do anything with me, I'm just going to treat them rude until they go away. And that'll save me problems down the road.
Wow.
And that's not the case. You know, you got to give everyone their fair chance.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Well, I just recently was going to go for a treasury position for a different organization, and one of the members was there like, oh, okay, Holly, I think you do a good job as being our treasurer. There's no casinos around here, so I think you'll be fine with the money. That just happened. I can't make this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, really, dude? But here's the kicker. He was completely clueless about what he had just did. He was completely clueless about what he just said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I confronted him about it. I'm at the age where I'm there like, you know what, dude? That wasn't cool, what you just said. And he got all red-faced and embarrassed, and he's there like, oh, Holly, I didn't mean. I was like, dude, seriously?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We need it here. We need something here in Wyoming. Native folks are getting overlooked in a lot of areas, in a lot of fields. My take.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Trump did a lot of executive orders. He had like a whole big stack of them on his desk, and he was just like, roop, roop. I think he stopped signing and just had a rubber stamp and went.
Yep, that was the same thing last time too.
Really?
Yeah. He always comes in and just signs a bunch of stuff, man. Which is like, at least he's doing something. Biden was kind of asleep at the wheel a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, it's better to see him doing something than just sit around and refuse to do interviews.
Okay, that's an interesting opinion. Okay. Well, Trump has upset a couple of apple carts, according to the Buzz. And I should have done something cool, like a little like splashy video or something like the Buzz. I want to try something. Bear with me. What does that sound like? I'm messing with my sound.
I never get a chance to do this. I want to see. I want to see if I sound like a chipmunk.
I wonder if that recorded it. We'll have to find out.
That was good.
Oh. Oh. Do you think it'll pick up this? Can you hear me? Hello. And I never have time either.
I never have time. There's no time. You. Dude.
Oh wow, sorry. Okay, let's continue on here. Things were getting kind of serious. I had to break it up. Politics are tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the buzz. What's going on? Everybody's kind of freaking out about the federal funding freezes. This is a little thing that I pulled off the internet from the New York Post. What's on the chopping block? What's not affected? I don't want to be the news outlet for this. I recommend that you go to your trusted news outlet and get read in. However, my take on this whole situation with the frozen federal funding is this. Okay? Federal contract money and government shutdown is nothing new. I worked in the BIA. I worked as a contractor for different programs, and it's no different here on the reservation. Every time there's a new budget or a new session or a new president, or there's chirpings of a federal government shutdown, everybody gets on high alert. And every competent organization out there has a canned plan of action, because this happens so often, and this is just another one of those times, just a lot more real. Okay. Raytheon pretty much has their game plan down. They're like, okay, now we need to draw the money down. Now we need to start laying off workers. Our lobbyists need to get in there and start fighting for our contracts. The tribe should be no different. Put your plans of action in place. And if you don't have plans of actions in place, your program managers are not doing their jobs. My take. And the leadership, the tribal leadership, because I guarantee, like Raytheon, Agility, Northrop Grumman, all those other big contractors out there aren't sitting around on their hands with their thumbs in their pocket. Oh, guess I'll hang out at the casino for a conference for 2 days. No, they have their lobbyists. If their upper management isn't already in DC at the table negotiating. So either you go, you negotiate, and you fight for your people and your programs, or walk around like a rooster at the casino and do nothing. My take. Hey y'all, it's game time.
Yeah, Super Bowl just passed.
Do you see what that is? That's cannabis, folks. It's time to get off the government meal card, or whatever you want to call it. Meal ticket, whatever. It's time to get off of that and start practicing self-governance. And you know how to kind of kickstart that? Is to make a crap load of money. And manage it responsibly, transparently.
Yep.
Responsibly.
Yep.
Millions, if not billions, of dollars in this industry. It's not here in Wyoming. The tribes could grab a hold of it. Declare tribal sovereignty. It's plant medicine. It's part of our culture. It's not a hard sell, folks. Not a hard sell.
Yeah.
The people want it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a medicine that the white man says is illegal. We can't use it. And I don't think that's fair. It's natural, it's God given, and it's a natural medicine that we should be able to use.
Yeah. It's medicine. It's also recreational. What is the big deal? Why does everything have to be so? I mean, why can't you go out and just chill and, toke up? If that's what makes you happy, you can go get a 6-pack or a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Pop a couple pills. What are those Xanaxes or something that people take?
Yeah.
I don't even know. That's perfectly fine to do. Take a blunt out and toke it up and have a chill evening. Not allowed.
It doesn't make sense. I feel like it would help out the youth too. They only have access to really bad stuff like
Opioids,
vapes, opioids,
fentanyl,
alcohol. All that stuff's bad for you. Very bad for you.
And not just the whole, cannabis, the medical, the recreational, but also hemp is a whole industry that we could start to tap into as well. Not as lucrative, in my opinion. Not as lucrative. It would be a lot easier to get infrastructure for a medical cannabis, recreational cannabis type of situation than it would be for industrial hemp, because you need a ton of it. Like literally tons of it. To make money at it. Okay, I'm pro cannabis, by the way. So I am the executive director for Wyoming Normal Foundation, and we just did our lobby day. So trying to work things out, on the big state level. But just so you know, you could be doing stuff on the tribal level and not and helping to take care of your people, your programs, your future. And this plant could do it for y'all. Just saying, my take. No general counsel. Why? I understand that an elder had passed and it was out of respect for the elder. Got it. Oh, when is the next one? Because there were some serious issues that needed to be looked at for this general counsel. So, kind of disappointed. We were on a roll. However, the things that happened during past general counsel was just basically laughed at. And the business council is taking general counsel's resolutions as, oh, that's their opinion. Not law, but our opinion.
Well, that doesn't make sense. I mean, that's not how it's set up at all. It's like these things are voted on, right?
Yes.
That's not our opinion. That's what we want to have happen. That's what we want our, council to do. It's not a suggestion. It's like it's an order. They work for us.
Exactly. So I don't know if this is, I don't know, not happy, and I get why it was counseled out of respect for the elder, but that's been a minute. We need to get this on the docket and rolling along. But sometimes it feels like we're spinning our wheels. If we go to general counsel, we're giving up basically our whole day, to go to general counsel, draft up our issues, talk about them, all that sort of thing, and then we do vote on it, and it just gets kind of crumpled up, just like, oh, well, that's nice, dear. Splat.
It's set up to be not that way for a reason.
So people are not happy with how general counsel has been managed. There are some people who are not happy with the general counsel chairman, Siley. He's being kind of a gatekeeper and blocking things and making things like purposefully difficult for people to get them on the agenda. And that's really disappointing to hear. It hasn't happened to me personally, but a group that I talked to is there like, yeah, I've been trying to get this on general counsel's agenda and I've been given the runaround and I've been told flat out that I can't put it on there. And so I do believe that Keith Spoonhunter there's rumblings that he would be like the favorite to be the next chairman for general counsel. We'll see what happens if we ever get back into doing our thing in general counsel. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the Pilot Butte power plant. Boy, we came out swinging. Yep. The natives came out swinging, and very proud to say. So the Shoshones did put out a newsletter letting their people know that it has been defeated. And I guess there was an injunction that they could have filed for, but it was basically killed. Barrazo got up. Well, we saw it. I showed the video in the last episode. And he kind of pitched a fit and powdered around, that sort of thing. So it's defeated. So that is a huge win. So congratulations. This is Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota, who really went to bat for us. She was very cordial and professional whenever she was up, basically telling Barrazo to take a hike. So very, very interesting lady. Good job. Thank you, Senator Smith. And folks, that's my take for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Continue the good work out there, folks. We are making progress, even though it may not feel like it. And so I'm going to leave you with a little montage on my relations. Stay safe out there, folks.
Yeah.
Dusty roads and blue skies, morning sun in your eyes, echoes of our laughter, just us two, no after. Rusty swings in the park, fireflies after dark. Time moves slow like honey, small town life so funny. Forever we're in a small town, never want to come down. We got dreams we're shaping, simple life we're chasing. Old diner and jukebox, fence line with river rocks. Summer nights we're dancing, barefoot and romancing. Forever we're in a small town, never want to come down. We got dreams we're shaping, simple life we're chasing. Old diner and jukebox, fence line with river rocks. Summer nights we're dancing, barefoot and romancing. Forever we're in a small town, never want to come down. We got dreams we're shaping, simple life we're chasing. Forever.